Okay, thank you for staying for this last part, last maybe 25 minutes of the class. And we move on to the next chapter on software processes. We have already learned about Scrum. Okay, Scrum is an agile method. And also we have discussed a little bit about waterfall model. Okay, so those two are water processes that we have learned. And today, and also a little bit of next week, we'll learn more. I guess in a lot of things, there is no such thing as one size fits all. So that means it, depending on the nature of the projects, uh, then maybe there would be different software process to use. Okay, some software process should be used for certain kind of projects. Okay, so it's just like uh, there may not be one programming language to write all the computer programs in the world. Okay, it depends on what kind of programs you want to write and what kind of environment you want to run your programs. That would decide what kind of language you want to use. Or sometimes, even other than that, it depends on the kind of people are using the programming language. It's the same thing as uh, uh, the choice of software process. I think a while back we've had the discussion that uh, whether Scrum would be suitable in Hong Kong. Okay, uh, because Scrum, when we use Scrum, we expect each team member to be able to wear different hats. We sort of, in the conventional model, usually the responsibilities are very clearly divided. Okay, so analysts would do the job of analysts, programmers would do the job of programmers, and testers would do the job of testers. But in Agile Scrum, actually, each team member is expected to be able to do several all those different activities for the analysis, design, like talking to the customers, writing code, and testing program. They're expected to be able to do all that. And just if many graduates of computing in Hong Kong are not good communicator, then no matter how good is Scrum, maybe it's not suitable for many project teams because of the certain characteristics of the team members. So the choice of software process is a result of what products you are developing, what and what skills and what kind of characteristics the members have. So we really don't have one size fits all in software process. So there's the need to have different software processes. So we would discuss these several processes. Okay, probably we may only just have time for RUP at best, or maybe Spiral. So RUP, it stands for Rational Unified Process. It's called rational because it's named after a company founded by these three guys, Eva Jacobson. J in Dutch is pronounced as Y. I think in some Northern Europe, the letter J, I think Netherlands. In Netherlands, also J also pronounced as Y. So Grady Butch James Rumbaugh, they invented the notation UML, and also they invented the process called RUP, okay, named after their company, okay, and these three guys, I think they probably get rich because their company, Rational, was acquired by IBM. So IBM spent a lot of money to acquire them. So that means if you want to get rich, one way is to produce a product. But here, I think they're producing, it's more than just product, but some software engineering. So it's not for uh, everyday user to use an application. So they give a product for programmers, and I guess the IBM pay them for it, and I always boast I had a photo with Ivar Jacobson, uh, but then I don't know where I put it, so I cannot show you the photograph to prove that I had a photo with him. Okay, I left it in Canada somewhere. Okay, so IBM continues to refine and revise RUP after they acquire the company. I think these three people are free men right now, so they do not directly deal with UML and RUP every day, like not with their revision, new version anymore, okay? They may still be a contributor, but then they no longer own these two products, these two methods, okay? So in fact, Ivar Jacobson, when I met him uh, in year 2000, okay? Many of you were only in kindergarten, okay, in year 2000. Uh, he told me that if he is still designing like UML, he will not allow UML to grow that way because UML used to be very a simple language, but now is becoming much more complex. Lots of time when a huge committee is formed to design something, then the end result is that uh, it has everything that everyone likes. So it becomes overly complex uh, rather than very simple. Have any one of you heard of a programming language called Ada? 有冇人聽過 Ada 呢個 programming language 啊？OK，咁當然係一個女仔名嚟啦。OK，即係 Ada，即係咁佢係其實 Ada 係一個曾經係一個好出名嘅 programming language。OK，咁我哋講過，we've said that United States, the Department of Defense is behind many software effort. Okay, so one of the thing is that we know that Department of Defense, short in abbreviation DoD. Okay, they buy lots of software. So for them, they find out software maintenance is a nightmare. Okay, they in case you don't know, like I guess right now we sort of know that why United States in a battle they can defeat many other countries very easily. It's because of their technology. Okay, the technology, their software is helping their weapon to be much more sophisticated, much more intelligent. So I think it was probably close to 30 years ago. They had this problem with software maintenance. So they asked people to come up with bids to give them the best programming language, so that after that, then they would ask all the software contractor if they want to sell software to the United States Department of Defense, they should be written in that language. So back then a big committee, a team, a large team of people come up with a programming language called Ada. Okay, so that Ada, unlike many previous programming language usually there's only one designer. Okay， 我哋所聽過嘅好出名嘅當然係 Pascal 啊，或者而家新啲嘅 Python 咧，其實佢哋都係由一個人設計出嚟嘅。咁 Ada 唔同嘅地方咧就係成大 team 人設計出嚟嘅。咁但係一大 team 人設計出嚟嘅結果係點咧？就係每個人心目中都覺得啊，我需要有呢一樣嘢，咁佢哋不停咁提啲嘢，咁加啲嘢落去咧，加到佢咧好正 ，OK， 即係佢哋覺得哇，呢一個 language 係無敵嘅，你要做乜嘢我都可以做到出嚟。但係咧個 problem 就係咧好 bulky 嘅，我哋叫好 bulky， 即係好臃腫，即係話佢有好多嘢。如果你要學佢呢個 language 咧，又好難，或者你要寫一個 compiler 俾呢個 language。亦都係好難，即係當個 language 越 complex 嘅時候，你寫 compiler 亦都難。咁由於咁嘅原因咧，所以 Ada 即係可能只係有10年8年嘅時間，即係或者 even 仲短啲，即係較為係好 hot 嘅。即係嗰陣時當其時即係或者好多書啊係寫關於 Ada， 咁或者有好多人即係都想去學 Ada 或者去咁，但係 end up 就唔係太流行啦，即係從來都未流行過啦。咁其實而家我當日同阿 Eva Jacobson 傾偈嘅時候咧，即係嗰次佢嚟香港俾 talk 嘅時候，咁啱嗰陣時嗰年我就係嗰年翻香港做嘢，咁我 attend 佢嘅 talk，咁喺會後咧，即係咁我即係捉埋一二角咁傾偈咁樣咧，問咗佢個問題咧就係話。佢話：如果 UML 仲喺佢手上邊嘅話咧，佢就唔會俾佢咁樣啦。即係因為 UML 咧，即係當佢哋係初設計嘅時候咧，只係3個人去設計。但係咧，當佢即係交咗呢個出嚟啦，即係hand over 俾即係俾間公司去理嘅時候咧，變咗好多公司同埋亦都佢哋係一個而家佢 UML 個嘅 update 咧，其實係一個所謂叫 consortium 嘅東西。consortium 咧就即係話好多公司都派員去參與呢一個嘅即係大會。咁佢哋個人咧都有機會可以 have a say， 即係話我哋想要 UML 變咗點，我哋想要 UML 變咗點。咁所以所有人都將佢哋心目中嘅 feature 咧係擺咗落去咯。咁嘅時候咧就搞到 UML 咧。由本來係相對嚟講唔係太複雜嘅東西咧，即係喺UML 嘅1.1啊1.2嘅時候咧，相對較為係簡單嘅時候咧，到2點幾嘅時候咧，就即係變咗係複雜咗好多。即係佢哋嘗試做多啲嘢啦，咁但係變咗個 language 亦都係 bulky 啦。所以即係我想講個 point 咧，就係話咧，有啲時候呢啲設計咧唔一定係越大或者越 powerful 好嘅。喺 programming 嘅 language 嚟講咧，其實我有一科教 final year 嘅咧，就係曾經我係考慮過咧用 RUP 或者用 Python 或者用 Scala 呢3個 language 去教。咁但係咧 end up 即係可能 Scala 你未聽過啦 ，RUP 你多數應該聽過啦。咁但係由於另外嗰2個 language 咧都相對係複雜，所以咧大約5年前度咧，咁我就揀咗 Python 去教。雖然 Ruby 我係曾經用過1年去教，咁但係我就改咗用 Ruby。咁而家5年之後咧，到今日咧就發覺而家嗰個 decision 咧就係我當日嗰個 decision 係啱嘅，因為過去呢幾年咧，由於 Python 係容易學咧，所以佢個 popularity 咧係高咗好多咯。咁所以即係我哋嘅同學就變咗同第二間 U 唔同嘅地方就係我哋好早就已經5-6年前已經有 Python 學。咁嗰陣時第二間 U 嘅同學聽都未聽過。咁其實香港喺呢一方面，即係我哋係其實係 software 嗰方面咧係落後咗 北美洲少少嘅，即係譬如我哋上兩堂我哋講過個PMP 嗰個 qualification 咧，project management professional 嗰個 qualification 香港都係呢5年10年先至有人即係會講啊，或者即係會人會揾工會請呢啲人啊咁樣。其實人哋喺美加10幾年前做 project manager， 10幾20年前已經嗰啲 job ad 已經要求要 PMP， 咁所以喺呢方面我希望將來我哋香港嘅 software， 即係你哋將來會有份將去令到佢追到可以同北美洲平排啦，因為即係呢十幾年嚟我哋都冇追近過咯，即係我哋仍然都係 behind 人哋幾年啊，或者而家轉咗啲都唔定嘅，因為而家可能有啲新嘅嘢，大家係做得好，但係至少唔算係好大規模咯，即係香港都係慢咗少少咯，有啲嘢。咁 let's back to this long personal story. So now this RUP, what about RUP? RUP is a process try to make up some deficiency in the waterfall model. In the waterfall model, we know that we have unrealistic expectation wanting to finish all the analysis before we start design. And we want to finish all the design to start coding. And we want to finish all the coding to start testing. And they think this is unrealistic. So they make it because in waterfall, the types of activities is like organized by time. So one stage you only do this activity. Next stage you do only this activity. The next stage you only do this activity. Then you sort of change it. So each stage which is actually called phases, you can do some combination of activities. Only that in the early phase you do more analysis, and then in the second phase maybe you do less analysis but more design, and the third phase then maybe you do less design but more coding, and then the last phase you do less coding but more testing. But this is not exclusive like waterfall. Waterfall is very exclusive. This time you're only supposed to do this type of activities. So it is perhaps best shown with this diagram. Okay, so this diagram shows there are 9 kinds of activities, which in RUP terminology is called disciplines. Okay, so business modeling is about understanding the business aspect, and the requirements is more about the specific project, and analysis and design we know what it means, and then implementation is just another word for coding. And there's testing, there's deployment. Deployment means hang over the product to the customer to use in real. Okay, so deployment is giving the product to the customer to use actually. And these, I think there's a terminology for that, but let's see. Okay, no. Okay, I'll discuss that. But you can see that the horizontal line is the time. Okay, the time is divided into 4 big phases: inception, elaboration, construction, and transition. And each phase, we can divide it into a different number of iterations. In this example, you have 2 iterations in the elaboration phase and 3 iterations in the construction phase. But of course, every project, it can be different. Some projects can have 4 or 5 iterations in the construction. So depending on the size of the project. So, and the gist of it, the main thing is that in any time, okay, any time, if you draw a vertical line, it stands for the time. You can do all the different activities. The only difference is modeling and requirements tend to focus more in the front part. And then analysis and design is in the maybe the second quarter, okay? And then coding more in the third quarter in terms of time. And then testing is the end of the third quarter, okay? And the deployment is more in the fourth quarter, okay? So there's different concentration of these activities, but it's not exclusive anymore. So it makes the project more realistic, which should not be surprising because these three people are very well-known consultants, okay, at their time. So they know very well, they know inside out how software development project should be run. So they propose to introduce this new dimension. So now time and time, uh, time and also activities are not exclusive anymore, but it's just different weight. And so let's explain what the four phases of RUP. The first phase is inception. Okay, it launches the project to determine the scope, primary project, preliminary projects schedule, and preliminary architecture. So the focus for inception is to determine the scope. We want to answer the question, what are we building? Okay, and sometimes we also would try to say explicitly what we are not building. Okay, so this is the question inception phase try to answer. But what another question for the elaboration phase, okay, the focus is about risk that we have just studied, and the answer that is tried to the question they try to answer is, can we build it? Okay, can we really build it? Then if we can, so and for construction phase, is actually trying to build the thing, and at the end, we would answer the question, have we finished our work? Have we finished building the product? And in the transition part, then we want to answer the question, have we got the product to deliver to our customer? And now, if I ask you, let me ask you a question. Why do we want to divide a phase into multiple iterations? Is there any advantage of that? 有冇咩嘅好處咧？如果我哋將個 phase 將佢拆細做咁多個 iterations， 有冇好處？嗱 ，OK， 當然其中一個好處咧就係、如果譬如呢一度係呢個 phase 係3個月嘅話咧，如果我中間冇一個咁樣嘅 iteration 嘅時候，好有機會咧呢3個月係過咗2個半月，臨尾嗰半個月咧，你啲 team member 先至走埋嚟話，哎呀，我未做完啊！又或者咧喺呢度一路講嘅時候，你問佢做咗幾多嘢嘅時候咧，咁佢話俾你聽，我做咗30% 啊 ，OK。我 finish 咗30%，我 finish 咗20%，我 finish 咗40%，OK。咁嗱，但係其實呢啲幾多個 percent 都係人㗎嘛，即係因為曾經有人講過咧，呢句説話咧就係話， 你喺個 project 嗰度咧，你會用睇下先，頭嗰90%咧，你係用50%嘅時間去 finish 頭嗰90%，咁而收尾埋尾嗰10%咧，你要用另外嗰50%去 finish。OK， 即係話收尾你要執靚嗰啲 quality 咧係好難嘅。OK， 即係最尾嗰10%好多時就係嗰10%要用你一半個 project 嘅時間，同埋咧通常 if we have sprint like this，what we mean is at the end of each iteration, because we're not talking about Scrum. So in Scrum, we would call this sprint, but in other things, we may call iteration is actually the more common terms for this time. And at the end, we will focus on the deliverable. Okay, so we will say at the end of this iteration, what you need to produce. Okay, so it will be clearly stated what kind of products. So either you finish or you not finish. 其中一個咧，我又講翻去 Scrum 嗰度咧，記唔記得 Scrum 我哋係點樣 organize 㗎 ？Scrum 咧，我哋就係將一個 sprint 咧係 organize 成為 user stories。咁所以 user stories 你 finish 咗就 finish 咗一個 user story，finish 咗兩個 user stories。我哋從來咧都唔會講話，我哋呢個 user story 係 finish 咗60%啦咁。究竟其實邊個知道你究竟係60%抑或7%？Nobody knows。OK， 但係如果你話你 finish 咗一個 user story 就係一個 user story， 而用 Scrum 嘅 terminology 咧 ，user story 咧 always 都係 require you to have tested it， 即係一定要係要 finish testing。OK， 如果你未 finish testing 嘅時候咧 ，we did not say you finish， 所以如果你第時做 project 做 team leader 嘅時候咧，千祈唔好俾你啲 programmer ，OK， 即係話我 finish coding 啦，不過我未 test 啫，咁你未 test， 我都唔知你啲 code 係咪 work 嘅啫，係咪先？所以 finish coding means nothing。當然你做 team leader 嘅時候就唔好俾人哋咁啦。咁我冇話過叫你唔你老細啦 ，OK， 或者你老細好易都唔定嘅。咁所以當然希望即係 let's be a responsible programmer, okay? And maybe you can teach your project leader, your team leader, something about project management that you have learned from this course. 但係咧，我哋點解就係話要分呢一個個 iteration 咧？就係我哋想 make sure 咧，每個 iteration 都係有一啲嘅 work product 係好清晰嘅。你做完未做完 ？OK， 我哋唔會太過相信嗰啲90% 做完。OK， 如果你話90% 做完，我寧願將你本來嗰嚿嘢一嚿拆開做10嚿，咁你係咪9嚿做完咗？如果你9嚿做完咗，你咪做完咗 9 out of 10 jobs 咯。OK， 咁但係咧，我哋就唔會話將一個大嘅 job 咁，然之後分話我而家係做咗90。咁其實喺 RUP 嗰度咧，其實係包含咗少少呢一個嘅即係 work products 嘅 idea 喺度嘅一個 proper management。咁we also finally we want to emphasize that waterfall and RUP are not the same. Okay, it's not waterfall being given a new phase names. Okay, 4 phases, not like that. Okay, because these activities can, as you can see here, can happen anytime, very late in the transition. So RUP gives you more flexibility to arrange different kinds of activities or disciplines over the time. Okay, you just have more at certain time. Okay, but it's sort of not exclusive. Okay, you don't have to finish the design before you do the coding. So that's a key difference and the flexibility brought by RUP. Okay, so let's finish. Thank you very much for your patience and see you next week.